This is exercise 2, and if you are looking at the printed version, printed directions of this, you'll notice there's not a whole lot here, but it's about adjustment layers, and they can be found over here where Adobe has so conveniently hid them on the layers panel. And right down here, looks like a yin and yang symbol, but it's really where they're hiding the adjustment layers. And I want to pick curves, and we'll get back to normal. And this little graph here is way back in the day before Photoshop got just huge like it is. This was how we did this, and it was hard to learn. But this side, you can see down here, is control your whites or your highlights, and this is controlling the dark part of the picture. And I'm going to start up here and move this, and I can lighten that up too much, and I will lighten the flower or any of the lighter parts of the image. Then I'll come down here and grab this and darken it up a little bit. So I've kind of changed the contrast a little bit, maybe made the highlights a little snappier. But why this is worth showing you is, instead of doing it the way we used to have to do it, you'd make these changes, save it, and your original image was just gone because you wrote over the top of it. But now if we look at what we did over here, instead of just the image layer, what Photoshop calls the background layer, we have this adjustment layer on top of it. And if I click on this little eye here, that allows me to turn off that layer or make it invisible. So we're back to my original image. So anytime you want to do any kind of adjustment that's in this really long list of stuff, and learning this involves just a lot of playing. Somebody once said, and I forget who it was, it takes about 200 hours of playing, not actually doing work, but just playing with it to learn most of what Photoshop will do. It's a huge program. But we've got this. You've been introduced to adjustment layers, and so we're going to do our little save as thing, export. Come on, export, save for web. And again, want to make it 700 pixels wide. And I want to save it. And I'm going to change the name to E2, and it goes in wherever the other one went. Let's see. Well, I must have saved that in a kind of goofy spot. I don't know where my exercises folder went, but I will find it and stick this in it. But for now, we're just going to stick E2 back in with new photo examples, and I'll go hunt. That's it for that.